Hello, everybody, and welcome back for was it Game 5 review? Am I right on that, co-host?
Yes, you are. It's game 5.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry that this video is coming out late. A lot of things happened, and we got busy, and other sort of plausible things to excuse my lateness. Uh, but
Some people didn't play their games.
yeah, some people didn't play their
No shade.
games. Um, So yeah, but we're here. Usually I would start on the stat screen, like the leaderboards, that would give you an indication of maybe which Pokemon are gonna go off in this. But we're so late, in fact, that all of Game 6 has been played. So I didn't want to give you guys like spoilers or a false impression of what these Pokemon did. So we're just gonna hop into the battles. Um, Oh, maybe I should also introduce the co-host. You may have heard him before, but this is Alex, the leader of the Grafted Grafaiais.
That's right. That's right. What's up?
Yeah, he's forgiven me for my egregious game against him.
It's a lie. I have not forgiven him, but I'm here.
Uh, you ready to watch some other egregious games?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. First, we have the Anor Londo Azus, who are the favorite to win it all, other than me, of course. And Cool Cam of the what's his team name? The Goldengos Pokemon team,
Yep.
who's the favorite to lose every game. So this is going to be
Unfortunately
really
true.
fun. All right, who do you lead here if you're either of them?
Well, I think I had helped. I had helped Baja prep for this match a little bit. It's like a few minutes before, and I was trying to egg him on to lead Azu and just belly drum turn 1, make it a quick one. But I don't think he did that. So
Yeah, I
I
mean,
honestly don't remember.
personally, I wouldn't do that when I see a Mungus there, but I don't know. Crook seems like a good lead to me, and then
Yeah. Crook's definitely good.
I would probably, if I'm Cool Cam, I'd probably lead Azu, or not Azu, Amoonguss, because it seems like it counters most of the things that he possibly could lead.
Yeah,
I don't think
Sandy
he's leading
Shocks
a
wouldn't be
Mothra.
too bad.
It's pretty bad against Crook, though.
Yeah, but you can always switch to Rotom.
That's fair. All right, let's see what we got. So Crook called that Goldengo. I could never have called that, and Goldengo dives turn one.
Yep, yep. Staying in is bold.
It's very
Uh,
bold. And
especially
no,
bold. He does have the option to Terra Flying
I
on his
know.
Goldingo.
You know what? Actually, this team looks awfully familiar from last week, and I'm not saying that this is the exact same team, but if it is the exact same team, he didn't have that option because he's Terra Steel.
Yeah. I mean, you might be not saying it, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna call him out. Cam, you gotta check yourself, bro.
Yeah, before you lose another game.
Yeah.
All right, and then Chansey comes in against a +1 life form boosted Crook. Oh my god, that is so scary.
Yeah. I'm wondering what move Crook could click to not kill Chansey other than Stealth Rocks. Like what attacking move?
Right, like Earthquake is probably
It's
threatening a
probably
kill.
that's probably at least 80%.
Yeah, Crunch is
Especially
probably
Life
threatening
Orb.
a kill.
Oh my god.
Superpower
Yeah.
is almost certainly gonna kill, and then Thunder Wave, most immaculate turn.
Yep. And the Earthquake does kill. I like though
Okay.
that he got the rocks up first.
Yeah, I do like that. That
Get a
was good.
little bit of
Then
chip.
Sandy Shocks dies. Oh my god. This is
Yeah,
gooped. This is completely gooped. Oh no. Is this even a game?
the crit totally mattered, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
this was
So is this a 7-turn 6-0?
I believe it took 8 turns. Unfortunately,
Oh,
Ice
Ice
Shard.
Shard.
Yeah, if he had Ice Shard, I do really wish he had come out a little bit sooner.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. Do you know the calc off the top of your head? Whether
I
that
don't, but
kills?
I know that Cam didn't. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. If Ice Shard doesn't kill,
Then what's his play, right?
well then like what I'm thinking is he clicks Ice Shard, right, and it will eventually die to Life Orb anyway.
Yeah.
nothing else was getting chipped. It was just throwing things into the wood chipper.
I mean,
Um,
I guess I don't know. Maybe if you want your Cloister to be in versus whoever's coming in for the revenge kill, I could see maybe sacking a few
yeah,
Pokemon.
yeah. Or if he thought he was going to get the opportunity to shell smash or something, which I don't know if he has, but
I mean, if you're bringing Cloister, especially with Ice Shard Pump, it's got to be Shell Smash,
mhm,
right?
I imagine, yeah. But
Yeah.
I would have liked to see him click it on the scissor.
hmm
You know,
We didn't even see half of these Pokemon come out for the Azus. That's kind of unfortunate.
that's not atypical for the Azus, though.
It's not atypical. You're right. I mean, we literally saw a 6-0 last game. So
Hmm.
yeah. Let's just move on from that one. And hopefully we get a much better game. Now this one, from a unbiased perspective, we have Jet, who has played a bit of competitive, and Cookie, who's fairly new. You would think
I don't know that he's
probably,
even played any of the end games.
yeah, but probably not since like Platinum.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I mean, you would think there's an experience edge for Jet, but Jet seems to surprise us every week. Um, no offense. And yeah, I guess let's just look at the teams. So I like Glamora here to just lead, even if it's Ting Lu. Get your poison off and get your uh, spikes up. There's absolutely no defogger on Cookie's team because he chose not to bring
does
Driftblim.
Venomoth not learn defog?
Nope, not in this gen.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, well, at least it could absorb the toxic spikes.
Yeah, yeah, of course, but
Yeah, but you have to eat every spike though.
mhm,
So if I'm Jet, I lead my focus dash Glamora and I click spikes. Uh, and like I don't
that's
care what he does other than that.
that's totally fair. I from a bias perspective, I helped coach Will Cookie a little bit for this game, and I was egging him on to lead Greninja, and if Glamora is in front of him, to just pump.
Oh, okay, so is that what's
Yeah.
gonna happen here?
Um. Well, let's see.
No, I guess we're both
Nope.
wrong.
We were both wrong.
So Glamora comes in hard versus the Ting Lu. Uh,
That is not a
my
balloon on that Gomorrah.
my question is, if you were fine to go Glamora against Ting Lu, why not just lead?
Yeah.
I mean maybe Ndidi was trying to stop uh Dragonite? I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't. Maybe for Venomoth,
Maybe,
if he
but
was afraid of like webs or
oh
something.
my
But
gosh.
that is not a sash. That
That's
was
no
not a balloon, and that
sash.
was not a sash.
That's no
That
sash.
is
There were no spikes. He went for an energy ball and did a raw 37. That's that's incredible. And Cookie then throws out Lycanroc to die to a focus blast.
I respect it. Lycanroc is pretty much just good for a sack. So
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. I mean, you have a whole ass Venomoth, which
that's
can
true.
absorb the spike, and if he goes for focus blast, you live. Um, but I tend to think that this isn't gonna matter because it looks like we're getting a free boost for Dragonite here, and
Oh yeah,
this
yeah.
team
This should be a DD
this team has
every day.
basically nothing for it.
Now, if it's terrain booster on the Indeedee, that would be pretty heat.
Mm. Goes for the focus blast, anticipating a Terra, but Cookie very patiently not Terra-ing. Very good.
And it is terrain booster as well.
Mm.
So if it is terrain booster, I don't know that I like bringing the Indeedee out there.
No, I mean, I tend to agree, but apparently it never punished because we get the Encore off into Dragonite Roost. Now we can just go straight to King
Oh,
Gambit, get our boost, and
I
put
do
Dragonite
remember.
out.
No spoilers, but this is about to be the most legendary sequence of events I
Oh,
think I've ever witnessed in a Pokemon game.
Now that you're mentioning it, I did watch this game live, and I tend to agree. So, disagreeing with my take, going to Frostlass here, which on an Encored Roost, this is also think a great play because you can get a free Will-O-Wisp here. Even if he
Yeah,
switches to
absolutely free.
Greninja, that's chip. Even if he goes to Heracross, which is likely Guts, I mean, like that's fine as well.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, if he goes to Heracross, it seems like a really easy Destiny bond the next turn.
yeah, I agree. Unless you Scarf Guts, but that would be insane.
That would be kind of bonkers, actually.
hmm But instead of Will-O-Wisp, what do we get? Taunt.
It taunt. So now the Dragonite that has to click Roost cannot click Roost.
Yep. So what do we do here then? If we're Whale Cookie, do we switch? Do we? No, we just get a struggle kill. This is to me. This has got to be the funniest thing I've seen all.
I think, yeah, no, I think that's the first time I've ever seen a struggle like actually get a kill.
Yeah, especially on 76%. Have you ever seen Struggle do that much damage in your life? No. And then Earthquake is just gonna sweep up here.
Yeah, yeah. And then of course he has the Psychic Terrain up, so he can't even get off a Desperate Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, if he had attempted a Sucker Punch and Psychic Terrain was not there, E-Speed would outspeed,
Yeah.
and the Sucker Punch would fail.
But like, do you even care? Like, does Sucker Punch kill a Dragonite from 75? Probably, maybe. Probably not though.
Probably not, but it's not resisted, and it is 5 times Supreme Overlord boost.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm
That's
if
his
I'm
only hope.
Cookie, I'm clicking Earthquake anyway.
That is totally fair.
You don't want to.
Yeah,
You probably do die to Katao, and then like, well, I mean, Heracross probably cleans it up, but yeah.
yeah, no, for sure, for sure. That game was over the second that Dragonite proved itself to be the struggler.
I mean, I'll be
Truly berserk
honest.
moment.
I think the game was over on turn 2. Sacking the Glamora for no spikes. Like
Yeah,
the, it, this
it
is
does confuse me.
Glamora is the ultimate utility Pokemon, and in this matchup, it got absolutely zero utility. So like,
Yeah, I will say I'm not familiar with the team that he built. I don't know. I never ran the calc. I suspect that's probably a Specs Gamora or a
no,
Scarf.
it's probably Scarf from that
Probably
damage.
Scarfed. Yeah, which I don't know what Scarf Gamora is. I mean, obviously it couldn't do anything to Team Widow.
Yeah, I mean, I really wonder what. I mean, maybe it's good
Granted,
against Greninja. I don't know.
granted, also looking at the mons that he brought, there really aren't a lot of Team Blue answers there.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, your best bet is like Frostlass and like get a taunt, I guess.
Yeah, or a burn.
Yeah, which would have been great. But I suspect that Will-O-Wisp is not on that set for some reason.
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, not much to say
So
about this game,
do you think
really.
this game could have been different if he had led Frostlass instead of Indeedee?
Uh, I mean,
Because I'm looking at it,
sort of. There would be no
and
hazards for Cookie, but I think
yeah, well,
Dragonite still sweeps. There's like here's the big thing, really. You have Dragonite with Earthquake, Ting-Lu with Earthquake, Lycanroc probably has Drill Run, and Heracross might also have Earthquake. And look at the Earthquake switch-ins.
yeah, that is a common problem that Jet has
Yeah,
building his teams.
I mean, c'est la vie. Nothing you can really do about it.
Yeah, well, he could throw a balloon on,
A balloon would be good. Yep, that you're
but
dead on. Or if so inclined, you could change the King Gambit's Terra type to Dark and Flying.
yeah, a flying Terra type would
hmm
that could give him some options. I believe it learns acrobatics, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's playing the long game because Fire King Gambit is designed specifically to beat Volcarona. Maybe he's just waiting for game 9 to try to steal a win off me. But
Well, if he is, I got bad news for him.
no
but
spoilers.
but we'll leave that one for next week.
All right. So next we have Chalk Flame, the Identity Thieves of Hearts versus Arvo, the Null Pointer exception, which still has to be the greatest name of all time.
Yep, it is definitely not a name I gave him because he would not give me a name for about a week straight.
Oh, is that the lore here?
That is the canon.
Well,
Yeah, he couldn't come up with a name, so I just put in a good old null pointer exception.
yeah. Well, I mean, you are the computer scientist. You would know when of null pointer exception when you see it.
I sure would.
All
But
right. Anyway, getting into this game here, I'm looking at the teams and I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness, you have for the null pointer exceptions, I think 4 poison types on his team, uh, and you're going up against probably the quintessential fairy type of OU right now in Iron Valiant, and you only bring 1 poison type.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, it's tough because he also does have Quagsire, which for a lot of his poison types, in particular, I think Toxtricity, uh,
mhm.
it has to be worried about. But
Yeah, I mean, the best you could do, well, he does have Salazzle. The best you could do is probably get a Toxic off on Quagsire, and
oh yeah,
then,
Salazzle should have been here for sure.
yeah. Oh, yeah, Salazzle would have went really crazy against this team. Actually, looking at it, the only your only recompense is Toxicroak, and if Toxicroak is Dry Skin, it's taking even more damage from
Oh yeah, it's
Flamethrower.
getting cooked.
So, yeah, that maybe that kind of says a lot about what we think is going to happen in this game.
Maybe it's a little foreshadowing.
Maybe a little bit. Well, if I'm Arvo, I'm gonna lead Kaparaja, and if I am Chalk Flame, I'm probably gonna lead Klefki and get my screens and spikes up.
I
Uh,
think that's valid. I think that's valid. I think he could also lead Zoroark and just try and start with the mind games early.
I mean, yeah, I don't mind
I
that
think
play
that the
either.
interesting thing, and this is something that I came across a lot whenever I'm putting stats in for his games, is he likes to disguise as Miss Magius, and they both learn Shadow Ball.
Yeah,
So it can be really, really hard to actually figure out which is which. And obviously, you don't want to click a Ghost type against Zoroark or Swain.
yeah, that's true. Plus, they have very similar speed tiers, so even if he gets away with a Shadow Ball, and it's faster than your Pokemon, you might not even know what you're up against. Um, if he chose to run boots on Zoroark, Miss Magius is a levitator and will not take damage from spikes. So I actually love Zoroark plus Miss Magius on the same team.
Yeah, no,
Um,
it is definitely, it's been a dangerous combo.
oh yeah. Well, I mean the results haven't really shown quite, but in
No, but
theory,
those two though.
yeah. So we have Quagsire and Scyther. I'm not mad at Quagsire. I am mad at Scyther. I don't know what I really don't know what Scyther does for you against
Yeah,
any of
so I
these
think
Pokemon.
it's an odd lead.
So he's gonna Swords Dance up immediately in front of a probably an unaware Quagsire. Uh,
Yeah, it is probably unaware. Also, that avalanche did absolutely zero damage.
yeah. I mean, I would if I was him, I'd probably just get my rocks up. Like,
Yeah, for sure. Well, he's got to be worried about a defog on a Scyther, but
does Scyther get defog? It probably does. Probably does.
I think it
Scizor
does.
does, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
Scizor
so.
does. So. But we're gonna go hard Klefki. I mean, I probably would too. I'm not respecting Scyther as a Pokemon.
Yeah, I wonder why he clicked something like quick attack instead of dual wing beats.
It doesn't even get dual wing beat this gen. I don't know
Oh
what
my
Scyther
gosh.
does. Like, I mean, it's probably a
All right.
decent U-turner.
I guess it gets U-turn, yeah.
Yeah. The defense drop on Baxcalibur. We're repositioning around. Probably gonna get a light screen up here. Okay, just Draining Kiss. I don't hate the play. Um, oh my
Oh my,
goodness.
that's a boom.
Yeah. Am I uh like talking out my ass here, but or do sound moves go through screens? Like they ignore them?
Don't think they do.
I didn't think they did either, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was some funny interaction there.
Is it? Oh, I think crits go through screens, don't they?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, well,
Maybe nothing goes through screens.
Crits go through screens.
Whoa, who's that?
well, thank you, voice from the ether.
He scared the shit out of me, I'm gonna be honest.
Now we do have to keep in mind as well that it is almost certainly specs. It is a boom burst and it was a crit.
Oh yeah. You know what?
It's gonna do a lot.
If you got, I would love to see throat spray toxicity. I mean, it's not like you're using throat spray on anything else, so it'd be great to free up your choice specs for a potential other Pokemon. But
That is true. However, it is nice to have specs on the Volt Switch.
that is true. Yeah, I could definitely see both. But
Toxicity just having a quad weakness, by nature you have to switch it out often.
So
Granted.
Yeah. It's not like you can Volt Switch against a ground type anyway.
Yeah.
So we see the Mismagius switch in here, or potentially a Zoroark. If our theory is correct here, this could be a Zoroark for sure, because he loves to disguise as Mismagius. Going to switch to Arcanine and eat a Shadow Ball, and you know
We're
what?
gonna get that.
If I was playing this matchup right here and that happened to me, I'd go straight for the calc and see whether
out
that's
which one.
Yeah, which one it is. Yeah, but
Yeah.
seriously doubt that Arvo would do that.
I also kind of doubt that Mismagius would run Life Orb. That seems a bit
Yeah,
odd. And I think if you look at his past games, he runs Life Orb on the Zoroark a lot.
yeah, that's definitely a good point. So we see a quick attack on the Mismagius.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it is not a Dark type Zoroark, so that quick attack would not hit either of them, and is maybe just not the play.
I think that is a certified thrower moment.
Yeah.
Even a U-turn would have been nice. So then this
Yeah, and then you
is
find out.
Zoroark for sure.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Terrifying Terrablast will take out Caparajah as well, probably.
So then we see us switch into Caparaja and then a hard switch to Arcanine. I don't know, maybe Caparaja was he was hoping it would scare out the Zoroark, even though it's fighting type and gets the stab.
One thing that I know that Arvo has learned recently is the idea of switching, like sacking a Mon, switching an Arcanine, and then sacking a different Mon in order to get repeated Intimidates. However, obviously, or maybe not obvious to him, but to the viewers at home, Zoroark is definitely, in this case, clicking Shadow Ball, which is a special move. And the attack drops are not going to matter.
Yeah, and Terra Blast could technically be physical, but I mean,
Yeah, if you're running Shadow Ball, it's going to be special.
Yeah, for sure. So maybe he just did not know, chat.
Yeah.
Psychic, oh man, the coverage is perfect. So he actually does live a Terra Blast, probably an AV cop.
I bet it lives naturally.
But only
Raja's got a lot of
63
health.
though. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it could be AV.
And then
does not live the follow-up close combat though.
Yeah. So we're gonna see a switch to Quag here probably, or not. Okay.
Quag is dead, isn't?
No.
Oh, sorry, wrong side. I was looking at Arvo's team for a second.
Okay, well, gives up the Iron Valiant for, I mean,
well, he's not evil like you, you know? He's not here to 6-0, he's just here to play.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, I totally, if I was up 5-1, my end game strategy is not what's the best or what's the fastest. It's gonna be which would step pad my stats the best.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, not really much to say about this game either. Like, it's kind of been three pretty quick s- dominations. But
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah. No, and I mean
uh,
it's not too unexpected. I think we definitely, at least with the team he has, we expect Nick to burn through Arvo's team pretty quickly.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I wish I would have saw the Baxcalibur do more than just
Yeah.
Icicle Crash and die.
Yeah, he definitely has had some struggles trying to get that thing in position.
Yeah, it's not an easy Pokemon to position because it's not so fast that it
Right.
is just guaranteed faster than what's in front of it most of the time. And it's also like its type is not the best defensively, so even if its bulk is decent, it still takes a lot of super effective hits. But it does have a monstrous attack stat, and if you can get a Dragon Dance off,
Oh yeah,
it becomes one of the scariest Pokemon in the entire draft format.
for sure, for sure. Especially with the ability to Terra.
Oh yeah, Terra Ground is, I think, a really good defensive Terra type for
Yeah.
Baxcalibur.
I wish we would see him Terra it more frequently. I feel like oftentimes he sends it out, tries to get up a DD or tries to click what's in front of him and doesn't even get the chance to use the Terra.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but still learning. I hope, I hope, I hope that he has a competitive match at least by playoffs, because I would hate to see him just get uh rolled the whole time. Well, you know what? His match against Speedy D was pretty competitive, except for the illegal maneuver by Speedy D.
Yeah, we don't talk about that one.
Yeah. But speaking of ones to talk about, we have your game against the Shadow Wizard Money Gang.
Beautiful looking team that guy has.
Who?
The Grafted Grafaiais, of course.
Oh, you. So I see you did decide to bring Walking Wake this week.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, I learned from past mistakes. I realized it's a pretty good mon, and that without it, my team doesn't have quite as much offensive pressure as I need to in some matchups, um,
mm,
and especially against a team that has mons like Great Tusk and Slitherwing. It
right,
felt like having the ability to have a revenge killer and just switch in and take a life be pretty effective.
right. And it's good that you mentioned about offensive pressure, because in this league, that top pick for everybody is usually the number one offensive option for the team. So not bringing that can be a huge shot to the foot. I felt that very much in my game against the Macon Steppers when I chose not to bring a Volcarona. That was a very hard game. Like, I was really sweating bullets the whole
Yeah,
time.
especially your team, which used a lot of defensive mons.
Yeah, well, my team is definitely more the bulky
Hmm.
offense slash balanced slash potentially stalled. Not quite stall. Stall's not good in this generation, by and large.
Yeah.
Uh, but one thing that's, I think, great about having you on to talk about some games finally is that you are a notoriously infamous team builder. Um,
Consider myself a bit of a chef, yeah.
chef. And you so graciously decided to give us your Pokepaste for this game. So actually,
Yeah, which you might hold until after the game.
oh, hold until after the game even.
I I think you could, yeah.
Okay, well, no preparations for this one. We're just gonna go straight
Yeah.
into the battle.
Go in raw.
So actually,
Best way.
you're the battler here. What were you thinking about for the lead here?
To be completely honest with you, I don't really remember. However, my intuition tells me that Frogadier would be my lead here.
Hmm.
U-turn looks great against a lot of his team. If I'm not mistaken, I was a physical Frogadier that had acrobatics, both for the Meowscarada and for Slitherwing.
Uh-huh.
And I believe my Frogadier was bulky enough that with Eviolite I would survive a knockoff, and then not having acrobatics, not having knockoff, an item
An
for
item.
acrobatics.
Hmm.
Sorry, this is what we get for recording at 1 a.m. Then my acrobatics would be boosted and Oko the Meowscarada in return. And then if he doesn't lead Meowscarada, then I just set up T-Spikes.
Okay, interesting. I can't say that I love the physical Frogadier, because I look at the Tusk and think Hydro Pump goes crazy, but I don't know, maybe Liquidation or Waterfall or whatever you had could do a
Yeah,
lot.
we can get into that with the Poke Paste after.
Hmm. So in fact, it looks like you lead Gardevoir here, probably trying to snipe a Great Tusk lead, if I had to guess.
Yeah, well, I think when I saw that he had Dragology and that he had Great Tusk, I mean, obviously he was going to bring Great Tusk, but in particular, when I saw he had Dragology, I didn't want to risk letting something so powerful in for free, because Frogadier is not really going to do much, and a Specs Dragology is going to take a chunk out of anything it hits. So I wanted the ability to just be able to Psychic that thing out of the world
Yeah.
immediately.
Plus,
Plus,
aside from Slowbro, it looks like you just get a kill. To
yeah,
be
there's that
honest.
as well. And the other thing is, if he was Meowscarada,
Hmm.
then I get the Protean boost on any coverage move of my choice.
Oh, absolutely. That like that's money, quite honestly. Yeah. I look at Shadow Wizard Money Gang's team, and he's just so weak to Fairy. So having Gardevoir, who is a very respectable Moonblast spammer,
Oh
uh,
yeah,
I think it's gonna go crazy. So you just click it right off the bat. So judging by that damage, I'm guessing your Choice Scarf.
I think I was likely Scarf. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe, much like our struggle kill earlier, something a little bit, it is far less interesting, but I believe I get a Moonblast drop on 4 in a row in this match.
Oh, for real. Well,
Yeah,
I was wondering what your Gardevoir would even do now that it's Thunder Waved, but
it will be slower.
considerably.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's two. You stay in and click again. That's a third one.
yeah. Well, I'm already T-waved. What's Slowbro gonna do?
Yeah, on a future site, that's pretty big.
Yeah,
Four in a
and
row. Oh my
yeah,
God. Who?
and at this point, I don't have a Dark type on my team, and the Slowbro's at -4, -3. So Future Sight does nothing.
Yeah, yeah, for real. You
Yeah,
do need to go buy a lottery ticket. What is that? 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%?
yeah. It was pretty crazy. I There's a part of me that wishes that, like, from his position he could have switched out and the Future Sight would have done a lot more. But also, when I saw Trick Room, my heart sunk.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I was My team is definitely faster than his
Oh
overall.
yeah. Like this Great Tusk, like it doesn't even have to be like like if it's min speed, it's guaranteed slower than everything unless you have a min
Yeah,
speed Gardevoir, which you obviously don't.
yeah.
Um,
Well, I'm T Wave now, but yeah,
yeah, Slitherwing could be particularly
yeah.
slow. Dragalge, of
Dragalge
course.
in particular was having me sweating bullets.
Mm. And I don't know, I'd probably not. It's probably not the case that he's min speed Meowscarada, but he might try that.
No, I can't imagine.
No, probably not, but he could try it.
He's got to have some speed in the back when Trick Room fails him.
Yeah, I agree. So he goes to Rotom, probably just get a Volt Switch. Yep.
Yep. And then the Geology comes in.
Oh my goodness. How many kills is this gonna get? Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah. So at this point, I believe I was just kind of panicking and trying to stall the Trick Room.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you opt to go to Cryogonal there. Did you think it was gonna take less?
I hoped it would take less, but I knew it would live at least one.
Gotcha. So then
And
you're
if he clicked Draco and I don't live it, then at least he's -2, and I can move from there.
gotcha. So I mean, you're pretty much gonna have to do that anyway. But I guess if you just sacked Gardevoir first,
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe you got an ice type attack off, so maybe that would have
Yeah.
been
So if
better.
I sack Gardevoir, then I don't have any fairies, and I can never use him clicking Draco Meteor as a stall tactic.
Mm,
That said, I do sack it here. I didn't want anything else to lose too much HP.
yeah,
And at this point, that is the last turn of Trick Room. So Wake comes out here every day of the week.
to get a Draco Meteor of your own off on Rotom. Very
Yeah.
good Rotom sack by him. I really like that play. Slowbro's gonna slack off.
I think he could have clicked Trick Room there pretty safely, personally.
I think so too. But if you went to if you did anything other than go to Annihilate, he's not really punished for not doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't hate the play to get your HP back. So he's gonna surf, chip you out, I guess. I really don't hate this play either. He gets an agency crit.
Fortunately, this thing is invincible and lives. But
What is he doing? What's his end game here? He's gonna run you out of your recover.
yeah, I think that was his plan. However, I believe I was up on slack off PP at least at one point during this.
Yeah, but not clearly not
Oh yeah, now I'm
anymore.
now I'm definitely not. I think at this point I was fishing for a freeze.
Yeah, the future sight does like just too much
Yeah.
damage. So this is very engaging and entertaining gameplay that we're sitting through, and he
He does switch to
predicts.
Slithering here.
Okay, he does not predict
He does
your
get frozen.
recover, but he does get frozen, and he thaws
And then he thaws
immediately.
turn 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm glad that hacks didn't play a role, but
Yeah. I was more glad that he did not have Trick Room up at this point in the game.
mhm,
However, obviously now he can set it up if he chooses.
yeah. So then you reveal that you're like I guess more akin to the usual UU Smogon set, which is air slash defensive Talonflame.
Yes, I was definitely a special attack set. I don't think I was max defense though.
Maybe not, but I don't think the Smogon set is completely max defense either.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I was actually scared that you were gonna bring this against me because air slash with minimal investment would have just OHKO'd my Tauros. But I had enough.
It's good to know.
I did have enough defense to live a Brave Bird though. So
Hmm.
yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said. But Slowbro's in. It gets to do whatever it wants, and if I'm him, I'm clicking Trick Room 8 days
Yeah,
a week.
absolutely. Which is exactly why I brought Wake out at this point. I figured if he clicks Trick Room, I have to be able to click Draco to at least keep Dragology out for one turn.
Mhm. So then he goes hard. He goes hard into Great Tusk there, which is I think a very spooky play. Because if you tried to like Hydro Steam, I mean, granted, that's not
I
gonna kill Slowbro, but
Plus I was definitely Specs
yeah. Oh yeah,
at this
actually
point.
for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, he still probably gets a decent chip, but not worth it.
yeah.
To take the future sight. Sorry.
Hmm.
So Frog comes in, takes 56, and is probably just gonna get killed. You go for a quick attack here, which is funny. What? Why quick attack?
Well, at this point, I figured this thing's gonna die. Frog is done for the game.
So
I
might
might
as
as
well
well
break
get
a
in my
sash,
4%.
I guess.
I mean, 4% is better than 0, right?
I agree. And he's eject pack in the trick
Yeah,
room.
which was an insane tech.
That is amazing. I wonder who could have thought that one up.
Yeah, it is really a shame that he had that much help during team building, because
Yeah.
that was an absolutely bonkers tech, and props to you for coming up with that. It was terrifying when I saw that. It was truly terrifying.
Yeah, so he goes to Dragalge, but then decides he wants to go hard back to Great Tusk. I wonder why. Yeah, I actually no. I really wonder why.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm not sure what his play there was, but regardless,
mhm.
I clicked bulk up, and Trick Room is no longer up.
Ooh, flower trick and dead.
Yep,
Oh,
and there's the HP back.
oh, Slytherin can do some. Oh,
And there is the acrobatics.
oh, but he takes so little from it, and you die to Draco. Actually, knowing all this, let's go back to this turn.
Yeah, why not click Draco?
Yeah, what is the reason to not click Draco? If it does 82,
Yeah,
probably
then
does full.
probably does more. And there's no like, what's the worst I could do? Click Earthquake and do what, 40?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely 2-hit KOs with Draco.
Yeah,
That's a non-issue there. Um, even
and he's definitely slower.
like even if he wanted to go for a sludge bomb just to get some chip and maybe a poison and go through this play of sacking Great Tusk again, like that would be enough for Meowscarada to get the kill with Flower Trick, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. It was definitely the biggest choke of the game right there.
Yeah. Well, I would argue like that he would have won like almost assuredly had he not made that play.
Yeah,
Because as long as his Slowbro's alive, he can switch it in, get Regenerator. If he has a sack, he can sack something to your Walking Wake, and then the Slowbro comes back in with plenty of health to get another Trick Room up.
yeah,
And
for sure, for
yeah,
sure.
I mean, it was looking kind of cooked for you, but then uh,
Yep, it was one turn, completely changed the outcome.
yeah,
Yeah, and at this point, the name of the game was Draco Meteor.
yep. Dragalge might live this,
It
but you're not
doesn't
even
need
gonna
to.
risk it.
Nope.
So
Yeah,
then
and
you go
at this
Terra Water
point,
and Surf.
yeah, I figured, you know what? If I'm gonna lose this game at this point, it's gonna be on a Draco miss.
Yeah, so you're opting to go for Surf, which is
Yeah.
respectable.
Yeah, in hindsight, it is mathematically more in my favor to go for Draco twice, but in the moment,
Mm,
I just wanted to take the safe route.
yeah. Well, yeah, because I look at that. This is, by the way,
-2 already.
-2. It's half the
Yeah.
damage that it usually would do here.
And I am no longer Dragon type.
Yeah. So if he got a crit here, he
Oh
actually
yeah,
would have
no,
won
it
the
was over.
game. That's insane. I cannot believe like one, I can't believe the choke. And two, I can't believe that it did so much damage at
Yeah,
-2.
Durgalgi is a beast. I mean, adaptability specs in
Yeah,
Trick Room is terrifying.
yeah. Like I don't know. I think it was a great team. From I would say from both sides, but I really don't know what the Frogadier side was. But I guess we do have your Poke Paste here. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, do you have any questions here?
Um, I mean everything looks sort of normal. Like this is probably like almost exactly the Smogon set. It's just you have Surf
Yeah,
instead of Hydro Steam, but you don't have Sun, so why
yeah. I
bother?
wasn't bringing Sun this week. Yeah, I mean, pretty much the highlights are, Annihilate and I believe Frogadier were both going to outspeed a max speed Great Tusk.
Yep, good speed
Obviously,
tier.
that's a big threat. I believe Gardevoir was going to outspeed a max speed
Meowscarada?
Scarfed. Yeah, it definitely outspeeds Meowscarada. I
Gotcha.
believe it even would outspeed a Scarfed Adamant Slitherwing.
Okay. So faster than Adamant Slitherwing without the Scarf, and then Scarf to just be the fastest thing. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, what is this speeds here?
That one I don't remember. I'm gonna presume that that is a Great Tusk speed tier, maybe even Meowscarada, if it's not Jolly.
It's probably an Adamant Meowscarada because Cryogonal is what, base 105, very fast.
Yeah, it's very fast.
Hmm. Uh,
Um,
oh,
but
maybe
yeah,
not because you're modest, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
if you want to talk about the frog, though, we can talk about the frog.
Sure, let's see. So you did remember that you have a flying type move, but it isn't actually acrobatics, it's aerial ace. I'm gonna guess that Protean aerial ace kills Slitherwing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna
100%.
I'm gonna guess that it does decent damage to Meowscarada, and well, I
Yeah,
mean,
I want to say that was like 80.
yeah, Great Tusk is probably not taking that much, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, Great Tusk, frankly, because I know he could be Terra Steel and probably is Terra Steel. Liquidation is safer. Plus, then I resist the Steel type move. But
Yeah, fair enough.
but in that case, the fun thing about Frogadier is because it's already only a water type. If you click a water type move, it doesn't consume the Protean.
Oh,
So if I'm
okay.
worried about Great Tusk clicking Headlong Rush afterward, Aerial Ace is pretty safe.
Yeah, actually pretty
Um,
good. And then quick attack.
yeah, so quick attack. So this was largely a case of I had an empty move slot that I could put anything in, and at this point, JWK Jr. had Houndstone on his team, and I know that he was very interested in trying to run like some sand nonsense. And so I figured, if he has any kind of manual sand on his team, and he's running Houndstone and he's choice banned, if he clicks a ghost type move, I can just go Pertain normal.
Gotcha.
Quick attack's gonna go first. I'll be immune to it, and then I can have my way with him, right? Force him out.
Hmm.
And then the other thing is, why not go protect? Well, I figured he's got Meowscarada. That's a pretty good sash option. He's got a few other mons that could be sash candidates. So I figured, quick attack can't hurt. And I don't really
Hmm.
get much out of a protect since I'm not running like any recovery items.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that's fair. I mean, quick attack for a sash. For Houndstone, I question that because without last respects, I don't. Does it even get any other ghost type moves?
I think
I'm
it gets
not
Shadow
sure.
Claw.
Shadow Claw? Oh,
I think it gets
maybe,
Shadow Claw, yeah.
maybe. I'm not sure, but uh, I don't know. I mean, interesting tech, but you know it doesn't matter. You win the game, so it was a good set.
That's right, that's right. Perhaps even the best set.
Perhaps. Uh, Yeah, I would love to see you bring that one against me if we meet up again in playoffs.
Yeah, facts.
Um,
We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out.
yeah, so that's basically gonna do it for us. I'm gonna have a lot of videos to record back to back because I also have my game against Whale Cookie, the bulking balloons, and then all the games have been played for Game 6, so I'm gonna have to do that one too. So I'm gonna be busy this weekend. Uh, Yeah, any final thoughts before we leave off?
Um, Not really. Other than I know there was some exciting games in Game 6, so y'all have to look forward to the next video.
Yeah, I and you know what? We were due up for it because a lot of these games here were pretty much just sweeps. So,
Yeah, well, there was definitely at least one or two sweeps
mhm,
this past game, but there's some good ones though. There's some good ones for sure.
yep. In any case, we'll be back next time, which will be maybe a few days for you, probably later tonight for me. um, with covering the rest of the content. All right, see you guys later.